Hello, hello. I'm alive. I'm actually live now, right? I've got to shine. Now put your hands up in the sky. Hey, hey. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Well, first things first. And goes Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hope's hair isn't. Hope's hair isn't as bad as we think it is now. It's just nice to know. Nice to know. Good to know that Hope's hair isn't as bad as we think. Isn't as bad as the previous one, and that would be like a great thing for like a lot of freaking people who watch this thing. Yes, because it's something. They be having problems with Thor's freaking eyebrows. Oh my god, I forgot to like check about Thor's eyebrows. Man, did they like no longer bleach it? Oh, I don't know. No, it's no longer full on blonde. His hair is no longer full on blonde, man. Yeah, which is kind of nice. Doesn't have that long blonde hair anymore. Anyways, time to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. When it comes to Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's about Scott Lang coming back from the Civil War, right? It's like it's after months of freaking Civil War. We got to be understanding whatever it is going on in it. Well, when it comes to like interconnectivity with characters, interconnectivity or whatever it is theme that they're having, I mean I can't come up with anything. With the amount of time that I thought of it, I just can't come up with anything else. Anything that's going on, whatever it is when it comes to Ant Man. So let's just start the app with things I liked about Ant Man. The jokes are still fun. It's crazy, insane that they were able to like find something much more creative with shrinking and like making things bigger, making things smaller. Like they were able to like come up with shrinking cars and like a shrinking car scene, a shrinking car race. Like how were they able to like car chase scene? Shrinking car and it'd be like a chase scene with these cars. That's crazy, insane. They'd be like that. That's a nice play. Nice thing to watch. And nice things that we like able to happen in this freaking movie. Shrinking cars. Who knew? Like the environment with shrinking cars. Flying ants are still there, like crazy ass freaking ants are still there. But this time we get to be able to see Hank Pym as much more of a team player. When it comes to this freaking movie, we got to see more about Hank Pym, like being able to much more open up when it comes to the character development. But when it comes to character development, when it comes to whatever is going on with Scott and Hope, it's kind of like still the same. It never actually grew into something much larger because whatever it is, because they somehow broke up with each other because he went to Germany on himself, didn't call anybody else, and it was like a big no deal, whatever it is that happened to them. So it was like okay, okay, that's the cost for a freaking breakup, I guess. And so whatever it is that they're doing, and this is trying to go into the quantum realm, right? The possibility of Janet freaking leaving and them going into the quantum realm and seeing quantum realm, and having a great time in the quantum realm. I wonder what it's like to be have a movie, have the entire movie of quantum shit, quantum everything. Like I wonder what it's like to have the entire set for an Ant-Man movie entirely set in the quantum realm. Huh. I wonder what kind of movie would be. You know? Anyways, when it comes to the existence of the quantum realm and people existing in there and able to live, it somehow changes people and turns them into something else. And somehow Janet has these freaking magic powers now that was able to like heal the freaking humans. Heal the freaking things. But when it comes to this, there's something that I need to like be able to like learn about it. It's just when it comes to like somehow in this movie, it's somehow being dealt with that somehow people don't change. Like it's yeah, we assume people don't change, and we assume the last interaction we had with them was them would be like them. that's gonna be them for the rest of their freaking lives, right? Like our last interaction with someone, we just like assume that they're gonna be like that and never gonna be changed and never gonna be turning into something else, and that's how we perceive them, and that's how probably one of the freaking problems in the underlying problems in this freaking movie. Uh, but it's not truly, it's not expressed or not shown much when it comes to Janet's freaking side. It would be like crazy insane. It would be like that, right? The entire freaking thing about it is just like what you once saw a person in the past is no longer that person in the freaking future, because they all go through the same freaking journey and probably hope like somebody somehow when it comes down the freaking line, they be willing to freaking help, but they'll be able to change and do something else, right? Or be able to like much more helpful to you or like change as a person. But it do time changes everybody, and everywhere they go it changes them. And that's probably one of those freaking things when it comes to uh Hank. Wait a second. Yeah, when it comes to Hank, it's kinda like that, right? He seems to be the guy who you're able to see that a freaking pass. You freaking probably don't has no freaking possibility to be able to change, because you despise him so much that later on in the freaking future he changed to be much more of like a team player, or much more a person who like cares about other people, but cares about other people. Not so much, but being trying to be able to like much more helpful, yeah, too much more considerate to your when you're asking for freaking help for him to be able to help. Probably yes. But that's like the changes when it comes to freaking Hank Pym. But when it comes to Hank Pym changes, it doesn't change. It changed like how much is the freaking timeline? In those freaking timeline doesn't seem to be this theory that I have, or this underlying thing that's going on when it comes to assuming people, is probably just something that the thing that is the problem when it comes to the villains, right? Well, the villains, the ghost area, or like Bill. What is it? Is his name Bill? Right. Bill and Ghost. Wait, Ant-Man and the Wasp, let's see their cast. Wait a second. Woohoo! Uh, 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 yes, Bill. Like Bill's conundrum, or Bill's conundrum, or Bill's plight. Bill's like plight. What the fuck? Bill's problem. Bill's problem is that he wasn't able to like contact or like even reach to freaking Pym, right? It's probably cannot be able to like reach for like help from Hank Pym to be able to help them when it comes to whatever this is going on with Ava, and also known as Ghost. So when it comes to those, it's assume the assumption, right? There it is. But when it comes to everything else, it doesn't seem to be able to like have this freaking underlying theme that is repeated all throughout the freaking movie. It would be nice to be able to see it. We'll see it in freaking Janet, right? The last time you saw her, and for the next time you saw her after some period of time, you get to see them evolve and change, and you get to see Janet freaking change. She has now magic voodoo powers. Magic powers. She has like magic quantum powers. That's what she has now, and it's crazy insane that she has that, and it's great and lovely to be able to like know it. Yes, and there's one more thing when it comes to it. It's just like, why did freaking Ant-Man not call Janet or freaking Hank when it comes to that situation, when it comes to the suit, or like going against freaking Cap, right? All he said was like, oh, he was just caught. They just took him and like put him in a van. They took him and put him in a van. It was like an immediately spur of the freaking moment, and then just immediately came there. Yeah, and Cap needed his help. And there was this freaking jokes about Cap. So you call him Cap? That's freaking funny. Whatever it is, what's going on with freaking Cap. Uh, wait. Wait. Ah. anything else when it comes to other things when it comes to this movie. I like that we still see this thing when it comes to Hope and Scott, right? But you get to see more about Scott being a father now, and being presently as a father to his freaking daughter. And there's this conversation, whatever it is that he needs to be. If every time he needs to become a superhero, there's this time when he needs to become a superhero, and a time when he needs to become a superhero or become a father to his daughter. I need to choose between those freaking two things. And then here comes freaking Cassie saying, you can go." And she says, saying, "Yeah, you can go be a superhero," because she wants her father to be a superhero. And also, when it comes to the first freaking movie, when it comes to everybody saying whatever it is to Scott, you just had to become the hero she thought you to be, right? The person she thinks you to be. And that's what he is already in the second freaking movie. That's why she was able to be able to say go become a hero. It doesn't matter if you're gonna go to prison after freaking words. Or probably, yeah, that would be nice to be able to understand when it comes to it. And a good freaking thing, finally, some good character development when in case to whatever is going on with Cassie and Scott. But Scott and freaking Hope, whatever it is going on, it's just continued. They're just gonna continue this. Will they want this freaking thing that's going on with them? Nothing much that's gonna be ever There's not much there's not much development in it. But we love the jokes. We love the jokes and interactions between these freaking two people, of them staring at each other's eyes. Probably jeopardizing the freaking mission or whatever it is that they need to do by being lovey-dovey to each other. And it's nice to freaking watch that. It's nice to watch the effects, the visual effects of things going large and things going small. It's so nice. The building, like a freaking building being small, being able to shrink a freaking building and just shrink a building and expand it, make it large. That is fun. It's great to see that new stuff in it. They really amped up the freaking Ant-Man thing and shrinking and making things increase and making things larger and or smaller. Luis too. They expanded more on freaking Luis and all those freaking things now are doing some legal shit, trying to be security consultants for clients. And yeah, as being security clients, they needed to do something when it comes to needed security for a bunch of other things. There's this client that they really need to land. If they don't land this freaking client, they won't be able to the business is gonna go under, and the freaking things about it, and the concept of freaking ex-convicts not having very hard freaking jobs, right? The concept of ex-convicts going back into society and be able to get freaking decent freaking jobs or make a living is kind of very hard when it comes to this. When it comes to everywhere actually. When it comes to ex-convicts here, it was like that, right? They were freaking ex-convicts and trying to do this, and so it's really, really important. It is very, very important for them to be able to land this. So it is reasonable for him to be able to call Louise to go finish this consulting freaking thing in the middle of the freaking giving up the location to freaking Louise, because it's that somehow important, and it's also as important as saving somebody else's life, right? It's about their freaking lives or saving Janet's life. Oh, the freaking fun things in there was Paul Rudd really embodying yeah, Paul Rudd being feminine and their interactions with Michael Douglas. But Paul Rudd, wait. Oh my god. When Paul Rudd became right. Paul Rudd eventually and Michael Douglas acting as a freaking family with freaking Paul Rudd being the mother. That is so freaking funny and uncanny and weird. It's funny and weird and endearing, and it's all in there. It's a weird ass freaking thing. You're able to like, oh shit, they're like finally seeing their mother, and they're finally interacting with Janet after a freaking long time. But it's through freaking Scott, and this Scott is like Slat is a freaking dude, and they were able to see past it, were able to act past it, and have this freaking moments with freaking Scott, and it was like that was fun. That was fun to watch. That was something new and crazy, insane to be able to like see. Yeah. Then the freaking jokes, man. And you were entangled with freaking Janet. No, I wouldn't do that to you, Heck. I respect you too much. Quantum entangled. That is funny. The entanglement joke was freaking funny. What else? They had so many words for it, man. Walton Goggins is freaking fun. Walton Goggins' Sonny Birch is fun. It's fun to freaking watch. But he didn't get to do a lot of Walton Goggins stuff, but it is like, well, whatever. What's some Walton Goggins shit anyways, huh? Isn't that the Walton Goggins shit? Like the way he's like acting in this freaking movie? Or do you want to see like something like with the preacher freaking thing? Whatever it is that the preacher thing is going on. Or like something in Fallout. Anyways, when it comes to those freaking roles, it's funny. It's a good freaking villain. It's a good freaking funny comedic freaking villain. It's not. Yeah, it's fun freaking villain because it's like the truth serum. The thing about truth serum, and well, it's duck. If he acts like duck, it's duck. It is truth serum. It makes you highly suggestible. That was fun. Right. And that was like a freaking fun ass watch to watch. And it was fun to watch when it comes to those freaking scenes. But they were like very funny scenes, so we were able to like have a joke around as a meta freaking commentary to these freaking things. What does it mean anyways when it comes to freaking meta commentary? They mentioned the hair. When it comes to like Louise, like talking about the where is Scott? Where is Scott? It was like, oh, he had to be able to things, and it was like, Hope was like coming into this thing, and she got this freaking haircut, but she was like all business about it, which like speaks all freaking business and all those freaking things. Oh, that's so freaking funny. I can never like emulate Louise. Emulating Louise would be crazy insane, you know. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. That would be nice emulating Louise to be able to like, talk this freaking every time there's an Ant-Man freaking thing, just like go full on Louise. So it was like so it was like this freaking Monday morning. It was like this and this. Yeah. So I went to this freaking thing. But then like, it was crazy insane because like we have this I went to the freaking letterbox and they have this freaking comments about the freaking haircut, and the haircut when it comes to it was like Hope's freaking haircut, and didn't you know it when it comes to freaking Hope's haircut? It's hard for me to do Louise, man. I couldn't do Louise. Yeah, it's just that's just straight up Louise things. Oh, when it comes to when it comes to will they won't they probably Jimmy Woo. The freaking the Fed agent, and freaking Scott. That's a great will they won't they. I'll see you later. See you later. It's like you're asking me out or something. Those are freaking funny shit. And then after that, it was like, seems kind of nice. I'm kind of free this. Woo is nice. Anything else? Anything great and funny when it comes to this one? Well, great freaking scenes. We got to see finally a much more emotional side when it comes to Hank freaking Pym. When he finally gets to see Janet, we got to see finally gets to see some freaking emotion coming out. Like finally, he's like he's not this stone cold freaking person. It's like very very hard. But he punches everybody every time they talks about his wife. Say, hey, yeah, might as well like recast it to freaking Will Smith, man. Yeah, but plus the entanglement freaking jokes. That's freaking funny. Might as well be Will Smith. Might as well be Will Smith, man. Might as well Hank Pym be Will Smith. Yeah, you don't talk about his wife like that, bro. Yeah. That's freaking shit. Michael Douglas is freaking Will Smith, kinda. Like Hank Pym is kinda mature, like. When was that meme, anyways? Anything else when it comes to this freaking movie? Well, we got to see. Wait. Do we get to see? Uh. Yeah. Yeah. Who the hell is that guy again? Uh. Paxton. Paxton is not. Yeah, we got to see finally Paxton freaking like having this relationship with Maggie, like Cassandra, like everything. That's how that freaking whatever situation is kind of fixed. It's kind of nice to freaking see, and it kind of like nice to be able to see that from them. Anything else from freaking Ant-Man and the Wasp? Jokes, a lot of jokes, a lot of fun jokes. Yeah, a lot of jokes. If you got jokes, they got them. They got the best jokes in the world. They might be freaking racist, but they're the best. Yeah. Only the best freaking jokes are freaking fun. It's like freaking fun, lighthearted, freaking fun stuff. You're able to see that, like, it's to have this freaking movie after Infinity War, after the dark freaking shit that happened in Infinity War, and like something crazy insane that happened in the crazy shit that happened in Infinity War, and to be able to see this fun freaking time when it comes to Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's kind of like a good freaking tone freaking change. It'd be like, oh freaking hell, like not everything is dark and gloomy. Once everything gets dark and gloomy in one freaking movie, it's not gonna be the same when it comes to us, which is like a which feels like a total whiplash from the seriousness or whatever things that they need to take serious when it comes to Infinity War, right? But it's all freaking good. It's still like Marvel trying to be Marvel, right? Trying to be Marvel, and it's just the kind of image or what they want their movies to be like. It's kind of like that lighthearted, freaking fun stuff, and it still freaking hits, and it's good. It's good. It's fun. No crazy ass political. No, there are crazy ass political ex-convicts, man. Ex-convicts like looking for freaking jobs. That's some politics in there. It's just weird when it comes to these freaking things, man. I don't think it's politics. I think it's just relating to people, relating to whatever people go through in a daily freaking basis, or go through other truths about relating to somehow what is real when it comes to the freaking real world, and not being totally detached, or like it's making things much more relatable and making things much more much more relatable to the freaking people, and be able to like put that in Ant-Man and the Wasp is gonna whoa, yeah. Whoa, man, it was kind of fun. And there's like this freaking joke, and it comes to like, you live in this. This is where you live. It was like, hey, if you ever need freaking money, I'd be able to freaking help. Like freaking Scott saying that freaking shit to Janet. I had to Hope, saying that to Hope, and it was like. Saying that to Hope, and it like Hope like going that, and then them entering the freaking lab, and it's like, holy freaking shit, fancy stuff going in the lab. Yeah, they really like put quantum in front of everything, man. Quantum phasing, they do those freaking things when your matter like when your atoms like shift so freaking much in their position that you'll be able to like pass through freaking objects, but you need to move everything differently and move within the spaces that is just like within the freaking wall, like be able to like go there and go through, pass through it. That is crazy insane to be able to like know and understand, because it's a freaking hard aspect or like concept. Yeah, they do that also. They do this quantum phasing. Quantum phasing. They do this freaking thing in the Flash. Yes, they do this thing in the Flash too. The Flash movie, the new Flash movie, the Snyderverse Flash. That was like the last of the Snyderverse. It was fun to watch. It was nice to watch. And I think when it comes to CGI freaking studios, I think Marvel got all the freaking best CGI freaking studios on freaking lock when it comes to their freaking projects. Like when it comes to anybody else trying to do superhero movies, they don't like they were able to like go through like other freaking CGI houses, right? CGI houses or like other freaking places, which is gonna cost more. If you go to the same freaking places that Marvel is going to, it's gonna cost more. Plus, their freaking budget the it's gonna cost more, and it's probably not gonna be like on the back freaking burner, because their priority is like whatever it is that Marvel is doing. So you have to like when it comes to like competition, when it comes like, I'm thinking about competition now when it comes to like other freaking people, when it comes to other people like failing when it comes to like this superhero franchise thingy or superhero franchise thingy, and when it comes to special effects and all those freaking things, they needed those freaking houses, they need those freaking places to be able to like book those freaking places to be able to like have them jobs on it. And there's like not a lot of like special effects houses out there, because when it comes to special effects freaking people, they get freaking pixel fucked, they get pixel fucked, and there's like they're not even getting paid that much when it comes to like special effects. And most of the time when it comes to these big budget freaking movies, most of the fucking shots are special effects, visual is CGI freaking effects anyways. So it's kind of like weird that like most of the acting is being done, most of the action and the acting is being done in CGI, and you'll be able to like understand like most of the freaking shots has CGI on it, and you have this freaking people working on it tirelessly and be able to like not being paid enough. And when it comes to it, actually there is no freaking union, not like freaking actors that has freaking SAG. There's no freaking union. I don't think there's a union for like visual effects artists yet, and it's kind of hard for them to be able to like do those freaking things. And that's why you'll be able to see like as time passes by, you get to see all these visual effects. Sometimes like they don't age freaking well, or sometimes like newer freaking movies you will see, oh, it kind of it kind of sucks when it comes to the visual effects and their freaking fights. It's kind of weird that it's like that. Just like the final fight in freaking Black Panther, you'll be able to like, why is it in CGI? Why do they have to do it in the freaking train? Nah. It's just freaking much more budget. I don't think it, but it's still cheaper. It's expensive. It's freaking cheaper because CGI artists are getting paid a lot freaking less than probably two freaking choreographed like martial artists like choreograph freaking fight. I don't freaking know. Two freaking stunt guys choreograph a freaking fight for the final freaking fight, and just have like a animatronic train. And a CGI freaking train. A CGI freaking train, but they're gonna fight in the freaking train that is like a green screen freaking train with like a mocap freaking bubbles on it. And they're gonna pretend that it's like that with freaking practical freaking lighting to be able to like, understand much more. With freaking bunch of freaking practical lighting on the freaking train and on the freaking railings and the freaking sound stage. And renting the freaking sound stage, I think it's much more expensive. Is it much more expensive? No, you gotta still use CGI. Plus, you gotta use CGI on it. So might as well just go full CGI on it. Might as well go full CGI on it. Yep, it's much more cheaper. Yeah, probably budget ran out already. And I don't even know how the budgeting freaking works when it comes to this freaking thing. Who does the budgeting? Like probably some crazy ass freaking producer. Probably the producers. Who does the budgeting? It's probably the producer and the freaking ADs. because all the creative, a director only needs to be like be very very creative, and not to think about those other things. So yeah. And so that's my thing when it comes to it. A little bit of like conversation about other things that's going on because of Marvel, because it couldn't do anything. Anyways, yeah. Plus they got the budget on it too. Um, anything else? When it comes to like this freaking movie, I don't know. I only halfway there, and like I'm running out of things to be able to like say about Marvel. When it comes to like doomsday prepping or like nostalgia freaking thing, like looking back at it as a movie compared to these days, it seems like a pretty good movie that is standalone. That it's not very much connected to the rest of whatever it is that's going on with the rest of the freaking world or the rest of the MCU when it comes to like its place. So it doesn't have that connection. Only connection we have is through freaking dialogue. We don't see much connected to the rest of the freaking world, and that's what Ant-Man is. When it comes to afterwards, when it comes to after Infinity War Ant-Man, we don't see a lot much of Ant-Man until Quantumania. And then Quantumania, it's supposed to be a setup for freaking Kang freaking shit, but it's not gonna happen. Because they know Kang freaking sucks, and they know after freaking Kang, there's only one guy left that people freaking love, and people have been pushing for a very long time. And I'm one of those freaking guys who've been pushing for Doom. I've been pushing for Doom. I really like freaking Doom for quite a lot, but it's like not gonna be able to happen because Doom is not Doom. It's not freaking Doom, and now we got freaking Doom, and we're able to see Doom, and it's just an Iron Man freaking knockoff. It's gonna turn into an Iron Man freaking discount Iron Man, and we'll be like, fuck, it's freaking Doomsday for freaking. You know, and it's like when it comes to like freaking Doomsday freaking prepping, actually. Sometimes we see Doomsday when it comes to like Doomsday freaking prepping, right? It's like other people see it as like the end of the freaking world, but somehow others see it as freaking salvation because it's the end of the freaking world. It's the start of the freaking new one, right? Why do we do that as a freaking why do I turn what kind of freaking preacher I am to be able to like say to you what Doomsday is going to be like, as me prepping you for the freaking Doomsday, as me going here as a freaking Doomsday prepper? Am I someone who's gonna be able to like say to you that it's gonna be alright after freaking Doomsday, or it's gonna be the end of the freaking MCU at the freaking end of Doomsday, you know? It's gonna be alright. The Robert Downey Jr. is gonna save us. He's gonna come back. It's the return of freaking Robert Downey Jr. It's gonna take us to new heights of freaking Marvel. And it's the return of the freaking Russo brothers too. And it's gonna be so freaking great. Or should we just go doom and gloom and be able to like, this was the best of it. This is the best when it comes to freaking what it was. This is how the best of freaking Marvel is, because after this one, you're never gonna get something ever better. You're not gonna get something better after this one. It's gonna be a rare freaking thing, and it's gonna be once in a freaking while. It's gonna be a bits of freaking pieces, and you're gonna see everything fall and crumble, as somehow they forget who they were at the freaking beginning, because they somehow don't freaking care about that, because it freaking worked in freaking Thor Ragnarok. It freaking worked in Thor Ragnarok to just completely not care about not care about where you started, when you where the character freaking started, whatever it is that they're doing when it comes to these freaking things. And when it comes to starting off characters, they somehow forgot how to start off new freaking characters, because the last time, like, it's somehow shown in this one. So like, somehow introduce new characters into the freaking scene. We see it through Ant-Man and all those freaking things and other freaking people. They somehow lost freaking touch when it comes to the rest of the freaking world and what the freaking world really wants to be able to see, because sometimes they get pulled into one freaking agenda way too freaking much. and going full on when it comes to freaking one side for somebody who's trying to please as many people as possible, having these freaking things that are just showing just one side, just much more favorable to freaking one side. It just means that you're not actually somebody who's catering to everybody, but catering to a certain kind of freaking audience or like certain kind of freaking people. And it shows when it comes to this upcoming this other movies and shows that are coming up. And yeah, it shows that they are right. Probably they are right, and probably all these freaking things that somehow people say they sucked during the time that they were released are probably freaking good things because they age freaking well to this point in freaking time that I am watching them. Maybe they age freaking well. We're able to finally see them because there's not much I'll be able to like talk about Ant-Man, man. Like, what else is there to talk about freaking Ant-Man? The longing for our lost mother, it's nice. Quantum entanglement, to be able to understand like quantum entanglement, that somehow you'll be able to like shift freaking things. I wonder what Janet saw when it comes to freaking Scott's freaking point of view. We only got to see what like when it comes to quantum entanglement, we get to only see Janet's visions and Janet's past freaking things, but we don't get to see whatever it is that Janet saw from like Scott's freaking past. I bet it's gonna be Scott just drumming. Scott drumming. Scott like drumming or trying to learn close up freaking magic. Those are the things that like Janet freaking saw. It's not one of the things. Okay, when it comes to like quantum entanglement, somehow they see things that are similar to both of them. They somehow saw this freaking vision when it comes to like freaking Hope, because it was like that he was like her during those freaking times, right? They were kind of the same during those freaking times, because he was like playing. He likes to play with his freaking daughter, and she likes to play with his freaking daughter, her freaking daughter. Oh, so what are the things when it comes to like Scott and Janet? Probably like some freaky stuff. You know, they have like this thing when it comes to freaking they have this thing when it comes to Hank. They have this thing with Hank. Probably that's why freaking Hank despises freaking Scott, man. Yeah, man. Because they have this thing with Hank. I don't know what to say, man. They have this thing with Hank, bro. Maybe like Hank and freaking Janet started off as like freaking people who annoy each other way too freaking much, and was able to love each other at the freaking end. Maybe it was like that. Maybe it's the same with freaking Scott. Maybe there's something crazy when it comes to this freaking connection, man. Somehow Hope and like no other freaking aspects when it comes to it. Oh, imprisoned. Oh, that is something the same for them, both of them being imprisoned, like going, like being longing for like when Scott got imprisoned. Maybe those are the things that like Janet relates to freaking Scott getting imprisoned when she was imprisoned in the freaking quantum realm. That's a good one. They were the same in that freaking aspect. Anything else? Any connections? Not much. Yeah, no, not much of Louise freaking thing. Not much of Louise freaking stick. Like, unlike the first freaking movie. The first freaking movie, when it comes to freaking Louise, it was freaking amazing. The second movie, when it comes to Louise, it's still funny, but not as impactful. Like, not as crazy funny as like the first freaking time, because you know, like different freaking writers, and it's just very crazy hard when like it was written by Edgar Wright, and that's like an Edgar Wright, very very specific Edgar Wright freaking thing to be able to like do those kinds of things. Because you get to see it when it comes to like Edgar Wright's freaking shots too, when it comes to like his previous freaking films, when it comes to the close-ups and like, the Edgar Wright's freaking close-ups, to be able to like tell this freaking story when it comes to like close-ups. That's what it feels like when it comes to like hearing Louise freaking talk. It's like the close-ups of like Edgar Wright's vision or like a storytelling. It's crazy insane that it's like that. So when it comes to like freaking Louise being written this time around, it's kind of there, but it doesn't hit. You know, it doesn't hit like the first freaking movie Louise, and it's kind of hard to be able to like do that to do Louise. Louise is like nice. It's like specific kind of comedic freaking thing, and we don't get to see Louise in Quantumania. I don't know why. Yeah, I got to see Derek. Ay. Yeah, Quantumania. Now I'm not gonna talk much about Quantumania. Like I'm sticking to the freaking Ant-Man and freaking things, and still freaking sticking to Marvel and like Doomsday prepping. Doomsday prepping. Uh, yeah. Let's see. Doomsday prepping against Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yes, Doomsday prepping would be nice. Yeah. So as in connection to freaking Doom, maybe there's something else we can like be able to understand it. Any freaking connection when it comes to Doom and freaking Ant-Man is kind of freaking hard. It's hard for me because I haven't seen comics that are just connected freaking Doom and freaking Ant-Man. But probably when it comes to like Ultron freaking bases, like Ultron freaking fights, we get to see Doom fight Ultron and those freaking things. But Ultron to Hank, we don't get to see those freaking things. Like Ultron is no longer there. So anything else when it comes to Ant-Man, when it comes to Ant-Man, he's like completely new and something crazy insane that Marvel has somehow made. That is just very hard to like connect him to the freaking comics or whatever it is that the comics does. It's like seems very isolated and very very different to like what they did him. They spin him off way too freaking good, and the MCU Ant-Man is like different. I think the only similarities they have is like shrinking and like going large and shrinking. The quantum freaking place, like the quantum realm. I don't think there's like a quantum freaking realm when it comes to like Ant-Man. I don't know, when I haven't read Ant-Man comics. I don't know when it comes to Ant-Man comics. Right. Let's see. It's just a little Google search. Right. Oh, there is. And Fantastic Four. Yes, oh, show Quantum Realm is like a connection when it comes to Fantastic Four. So that is nice. So Fantastic Four went to the freaking Quantum Realm. Okay, so that's a good like connection to freaking Doom. As long as the Fantastic Four is involved, Doom is involved. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, Fantastic Four, that's nice. But there's this. Oh yeah, Doom. Yes, there's also the part when it comes to like Doomsday freaking prepping. Doomsday freaking prepping. There's this part in the comics where Doctor Doom was able to like become take on the role or the mantle of freaking Iron Man. Doctor Doom take on the mantle of freaking Iron Man because Iron Man freaking died in Civil War 2, I think. Was it Civil War 2? Like somewhere around that freaking time. Because Doom somehow like turned into a freaking good guy after Secret Wars. He was like turned into like somewhat of a good guy. Somewhat of a good guy. Everybody's suspecting, sussing like a lot of shit that's going on after those freaking things, because after like crazy ass Marvel freaking events like that, when it comes to everything, a lot of freaking things get freaking changed. Like a lot of things get retconned. A lot of things, retcon is a good freaking thing. A lot of things change, and a lot of the freaking characters freaking change, just so just for the sake of like fresher and newer freaking stories to be able to like tell, and everybody like having this great freaking reset afterwards. It having great reset, it's like a great freaking reset button for like Marvel to be able to like tell a fresh new stories when it comes to these freaking things, and introduction of like new freaking characters into the freaking scene. And it's kind of like that. I see it as like that when it comes to like looking at it, but I haven't analyzed it way too freaking much because I'm such a lazy freaking guy. Maybe I should. Maybe I should like freaking read freaking comics, but I don't know where to read freaking comics. Oh, yeah, yeah. But like completely rotating myself around freaking my life around freaking Marvel is gonna exhaust me way freaking faster than it should have. Than it should. Man, I'm already like trying to like pace myself when it comes to these freaking things, and it's already a hard freaking time. It's already a hard freaking time. I already like it already feels oversaturated for me to like watch one Marvel movie every freaking day, and yeah, I gotta watch other movies. Just to like freshen things out to be able to me to be able to like understand and kind of see much more connections when it comes to other things. Yeah. When it comes to Ant-Man and the Wasp, other things that I'd be able to like yap about. Ant-Man and the Wasp, microverse or the quantum realm. It's like called the microverse, I guess. Well, it kind of is like that because as small as the freaking things, when you get that freaking small, like it seems like there's like an entire freaking universe down there, man. Like an entire freaking blanket is like entire feels like gonna feel like an entire universe if you go small enough. Which is kind of insane because my bedsheet is a galaxy. Alright, when it comes to these freaking things, I need more connections when it comes to Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know, man. When it comes to like freaking Shield and whatever it is that Shield has done in the past, that would be crazy ass thing to be able to like look back on and like create a mini series about like whatever it is that Shield has done in the past and the establishment of freaking Shield. Oh, we had one freaking Shield, Agents of freaking Shield, but it didn't show us much. It didn't get as much traction. But this time, yeah, this time they're trying to do TV shows, like they're to do shows with Disney Plus, and it's kind of like, almost had it. Anything else? Let's see here. What else to watch? Yeah. We got to see the freaking funny stuff. We got the funny jokes when it comes to his what do you call this thing? His suit malfunctioning. We get to see him like be as big as a freaking child, and that is funny. And then we became bigger, and he goes big when it goes. He isn't needed to go big. That's a great freaking thing. Yeah, there's nothing much to be able to like understand when it comes to Ant-Man and the Wasp. That is like this is probably the most difficult thing for me to be able to do, to find something much more crazier or a much more crazy ass theme that's going on when it comes to Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I cannot dig deep enough. Seems like it's like hard for me to be able to dig enough. This is probably Marvel freaking winning, yeah, sucking the soul out of me. Disney sucking the soul out of me. I don't know. I can't find anything much more deeper. Because it feels like the movie extended its way to the second one. When it comes to their freaking relations, there isn't much, like, it's hard to find the connection when it comes to it. Which is kind of like hard for me to be able to say because I always like try and find freaking connections to everything else that's going on. But it comes to Ant-Man and the Wasp, why am I feeling this? Maybe it's good when it comes to his freaking comedy. When it comes to his relationship, when it comes to his freaking daughter, and what they needed to be able to do, feels like something crazy insane to be able to like see when it comes to freaking Janet, right? To finally see this freaking thing when it comes to freaking Janet, to contrast this when it comes to freaking Janet, or contrast this with freaking the relationship with Hank and freaking Hope. Hank and freaking Hope being freaking partners, and somehow being Cassie wanting to be Scott's freaking partner later on when she freaking grows up, or like as what she actually wanted to become. And it seems like a good freaking thing to be able to see and be able to know later on when it comes to like future freaking things. It seems like a good freaking setup for something in the freaking future, and we're able to like finally see. And we get to finally see that, like Cassie becoming his freaking partner, something like this, right? And them being playful around, but it seems like it's not Hank that is embodying. You know, it's like this relationship with freaking Cassie isn't like Hank and freaking Hope. It's Janet and freaking Hope. The relationship between Janet and freaking Hope, and understanding these freaking things. But when it comes to contrasting this and be able to like compare these freaking things, like somehow when it comes to this freaking goodbye, it seems like very contrasted, right? The mistake when it comes to this freaking Hank and when it comes to Janet and freaking Hope is that Janet, like, their secret identity as freaking superheroes, the secret identity of being superheroes to the close ones, to even the closest person or the people you love the most, right? Keeping this a secret from the people you love the most is what's like tore this freaking thing. That it's what tore this freaking family apart. It's what tore the Pims. It was kept the Pims apart, like whatever it is that freaking happened, right? But when it comes to freaking Cassie and freaking Scott, it's not like that. So later on, when it comes to Scott needing freaking things and be able to saying this like, I needed to do this freaking thing, but it's gonna hurt you, right? There's the risk of him freaking dying, possibly going into prison. It's definitely going into prison. When it comes to this, it's like a big assurance that he's definitely going to prison afterwards, and she's not gonna be able to like see and like play with him for like quite a while, for like quite a long time, 20 freaking years. It's gonna be like that for freaking Scott. So it was like that. So it was like that when it comes to this freaking moment when it comes to him. So later on, being shown in this freaking movie, it wasn't like that. She was able to like somehow let this freaking go. To be able to like see his freaking father as like something else, right? Because there's nothing else to become to identity of to Scott's freaking identity as being somebody like a freaking father. And something like that. It's great to be able to see that from this freaking movie, to be able to like see this contrast between this freaking two. And it's nice. Also, that's freaking one connection. That's something like it's some underlying deeper freaking thing. Is it deeper? Is it deep? Is it not? Hey, drop it in the freaking comments, man. I'll like say it on freaking chat. Oh fuck! Oh man, nah, shit. Yeah. Any other freaking connection I can't say it. Like Hank is just a freaking old man. Hank, when it comes to his freaking past eating up at him, is still eating Hank's past is still eating at him when it comes to this freaking thing. So, but when it comes to character development, he has freaking changed. Has his freaking like completely like finally this time around as he confronts Bill whenever it is that needed to be done when it comes to freaking Bill. And Janet's life is at risk. He was able to say, "We can help you, just don't kill freaking Janet. I can find a freaking way, and I can help you." It's no longer like before that. As long as Hank's Pym, the Hank Pym before is no longer there. It's like a new freaking Hank Pym that is finally freaking emerging, and we get to see this freaking thing, right? That somehow when it comes to him always being right, like somehow it has this attitude that he thinks he's always freaking right because he's probably the smartest freaking person in the room, probably smarter than freaking Howard Stark back in the freaking day. He was able to freaking say this to always be freaking right? He's like when it comes to the freaking timeline, he's like when it comes to the freaking timeline, the Fantastic Four already existed when Shield freaking existed. So how is that thing? How does that freaking thing like comes to the freaking timeline? Like the Fantastic Four existed when it comes to like Shield was existing. So what is this connection when it comes to like Shield and Fantastic Four back in the day and what it is now? I don't freaking know, man. There is a Shield. Why is the Fantastic Four not part of freaking Shield instead? I gotta watch Fantastic Four again to be able to like have this thing answered, because I wasn't like thinking this way when I was like watching Fantastic Four when I watched it. But it would be good to be able to rewatch it. I'm having a freaking cold. Anyway, so it comes to this freaking thing. Yes, yeah. Ant-Man and the Wasp. And when it comes to like Janet freaking plotting the freaking location, that is crazy insane. When it comes to that freaking location where they were supposed to freaking meet, understanding that there is like the quantum realm, that the quantum realm freaking exists, that there are like crazy ass freaking things happening in there. Like when in relation to freaking Quantumania, as we know when it comes to like winning Quantumania, and now that we get to say this, Janet was planned whenever it is that she went the location for quite a fucking while. Whatever she needs to do in the freaking quantum realm is crazy insane. Yes, that's a nice freaking thing to be able to like see. Yeah, that was a nice thing to be able to see when it comes to Ant-Man. Uh, Anything else when it comes to Ant-Man? Jokes. It's funny freaking movie. When it comes to freaking comedies, I'm so captured by the freaking comedy that I don't see anything underlying. Yeah, like it's masked and it's hard for me to be able to like find things that is underlying. That the serious things that is underlying with it. But I do see it when it comes to like somehow Spider-Man. Spider-Man is like very very funny freaking movie. But I get to see it much more when it comes to whatever this is going. I understand now why like everybody loves freaking Spider-Man, okay? But Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's a good freaking movie. It's really fucking good. Like the comedy carried this freaking movie, man. The comedy freaking carried this movie all the way to the freaking 80s. So it's like when you do something really really freaking good, it like makes everybody forget about the rest of the freaking everything, right? Like kind of forget or like forgive whatever it is that it's being done because you're trying to do when it comes to comedy, when it comes to freaking comedy, when everything is freaking comedy, somehow something doesn't make sense for the sake of a freaking joke. It's just like understanding it is a comedy too. It just makes much more. It's much more forgiving. Like as an audience member, I'm much more forgiving if there's nothing much else there, as long as I'm freaking laughing and having a great fucking time. Unless like unlike when it comes to freaking horror, when it comes to freaking horror, my freaking adrenaline is freaking pumped up and I'd be able to like understand like it doesn't make fucking sense. I'd be yelling at the freaking hero and be able to like, why are you making that fucking decision, you dumbass fucking bitch? I'd be yelling shit like that when it comes to freaking horror and be able to like and not be able to understand freaking shit. Horror is like, different, but comedy we're able like much more forgiving. Haha, doesn't make sense, but it's still okay because it's haha. Yeah, that's a comedy. Comedy is nice. Comedy is a nice way, great freaking avenue, making things lighthearted and doing things like that. Makes a lot of things that is just completely uh doesn't make sense, like somehow makes sense because you understand that you are in a place of freaking jokes and freaking comedy. You are in a place of freaking things, taking things lightly and not being way too freaking serious or whatever it is that's going on. That's why like comedies are like when it comes to Marvel movies that are like very very comedic and all those freaking things. That's why it's kind of like that. That's why it takes them to the freaking 80s because they do the humor so freaking well that they can take them to those freaking levels. They can take them to those freaking kinds of freaking reviews because you're able to like, oh, I had a good time. Afterwards, you have the feeling that I had a great freaking time. I had a great freaking time watching this freaking things. I think I'd rate it like a pretty good out of like something like excellent. Not very excellent, not a life freaking changing, but it's like pretty fucking good. I had a great time. And the great freaking time that I had, I still freaking remember it. And I had a great time watching Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that's why it's rated freaking high. When underlying comes to freaking the formula, it's all about this freaking thing. It's all about the humor that freaking lands to everybody else. But they somehow lost this freaking thing. They lost the freaking comedy that they freaking needed, or they were like trying to be serious, but they lost the freaking seriousness. Yeah, yeah. I mean, trying to have like a serious freaking moment and all those freaking things is kind of freaking hard. It's very hard when trying to have something serious, and when it comes to from serious when it comes to serious freaking subjects or like things to be able to say, we do political freaking things. We go to freaking our politics to be able to like talk about something much more serious because it's something that's somehow affecting the rest of the freaking world, or how people think about a certain freaking topic, or like something topic, or like something to be able something topic or something that is going on, right? Their thoughts on the topic is something going on in the real freaking world. It's kind of like that, and sharing your thoughts on it and how people should be able like choosing a freaking side on this freaking political freaking thing is kind of very hard. Sometimes you think it is the right freaking one, but sometimes it freaking misses because you think you are in the right sometimes, and people like the people in the opposition will be able to like say, no, you're wrong. But when it comes to freaking ex-cons and not like they have the freaking ex-con freaking thing in here, and we were able to like haha and be able to like, oh, that makes sense, and we'll be able to like, fuck, no wonder he was like calling freaking Luis into the freaking forest. He would like freaking call Luis into the freaking forest because he knows how freaking hard it is to get a freaking job after being convicted, after reintegrating into society as someone who has been incarcerated. And it's kind of hard to be able to be like that. And so, it makes freaking sense, and it's such a good freaking carriage for freaking funny ass freaking things too, because like somehow like Walton Goggins was able to like search them, was able to like reach them. It's freaking funny. It's kind of nice, and that's about it. That's the entirety of Ant-Man and the freaking Wasp. Doomsday prepping for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yes. Doomsday prepping for Ant-Man and the Wasp is such a great freaking fun time and great watch. Great time to watch. Good fucking time. Amazing understanding of the Marvel freaking formula. The Marvel formula working at its freaking best. But it's a formula, but somehow when it comes to the ingredients you gotta need it for the formula, it's kind of hard. It's not just freaking ingredients and how the ingredients are freaking made. It's very hard freaking formula to be able to like do. You think you know it, but somehow you don't. You know? You can say it. It's kind of like that. And so that's about it when it comes to Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's time for me to go watch Captain Marvel. Holy freaking crap, Captain Marvel. And when it comes to Captain Marvel, it gets very, very political when it comes to the side of the interviews and people in there. And it's very political when it comes to a lot of freaking fans and how the fans freaking see it. And it's understanding this freaking things about it, right? It's like the studio wanting to do what they think is freaking right or they think is freaking good for the freaking space is finally adding women to the freaking space when it's completely male freaking dominated, and like adding women to the freaking space and having women like identify with this freaking character, right? Is a great conversation for later, I guess. It's like very weird as freaking conversation because I am a dude and I am a man, and I'm being able to like converse about identifying when it comes to like freaking woman is kind of weird. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do it next time. I'm not gonna do it here because this is Ant-Man and the freaking Wasp. Okay, well, you gotta wait for like Captain Marvel's the Captain Marvel yap. Okay. Anyways, that's about it. Yes. Thank you so much for coming by the freaking stream and watching the freaking yap. And that's me signing out. And bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye.